Alright guys, so this is my final update for the morning today. It is Saturday, and I was trying to build that wing that we talked about, and there's a lot of problems here. So, there's a near to perfect print here on this side, as you can see here. And on the other side, where the leveling was not perfect on this corner right here, you will notice a pile of garbage right there. So that's something that's going to happen a lot when you're trying to print using Cartesian style printers, but there is definitely a problem here with one, leveling. This part was not perfectly level, and so it caused issues. And then obviously a lot of these problems actually occur due to slicing problems. And I've been using all kinds of different slicers. I've used Cura, I've used Slicer, and I've used a bunch of others as well, and they all seem to have the same problem, which is sometimes when they create the bottom layer, they seem to not like to do like just a regular good old cross hatching pattern or something like that, or even a nice circular pattern that's uniform. And so instead of just laying one area at a time, what they do sometimes is they do multiple layers. So they'll do one area and it's good, and then they will add to it, and then they will add to it without actually doing a good job of cross hatching. And when you don't do a good cross hatch, a lot of times, and you like start here and you create something here, and then you'll go off over here and create something there, and you don't have a nice skirt, let's say, on the bottom to keep everything together. It makes some of the bits detach, even though I used a lot of good old glue and make sure that everything was perfect. All these things can happen to you. And so, yeah, I think one of the biggest limitations these days, especially with the cheaper printers, is the software. Cura really doesn't have it down, or Cura, however you say it, I don't know. And so, yeah, if there were ways to manipulate or improve the bottom layer setup of all these slicers, then you could definitely get a whole lot better prints out there. But anyway, what I'm gonna have to do here is try to re-level the bed, and unfortunately this has been printing for about 2 hours already, and I think it's quite possible that the print is ruined at this point. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why so many people try to get into 3D printing and then they just completely give up. And if companies do want to really bring more people into 3D printing, they really got to have near to perfect software setups where the bottom layer comes out perfect for people, because otherwise consumers are not going to want to start getting to something that produces these kind of results. And mind you, I did a lot of modifications to this printer, but these were problems I was getting with the original setup, like the factory default had the same issues. So it's not like because I made modifications to this, actually now it is way better than it was before I gave it dual cooling, because when it only had one fan, this kind of thing happened a whole lot more. So something to think about. A lot of these cheap printers that you'll get, they'll come with single cooling, meaning one fan either on this side or on this side. In this particular case, the fan was on this side, the original fan, and we blow air onto the hot end from the right going towards the left. Now I have it where I have air going from both sides, which is way better, gives you like far better results. And actually, I don't even know why companies, it's 2021, are still selling printers that don't have dual cooling. I mean, that should be standard on every printer right now, especially when you have companies such as TiVo, with the TiVo Michelangelo that comes stock with dual cooling. So I think at this point, 2021, no company should be selling printers, especially not Cartesian style printers with, you know, the moving plate and the moving head. When you have those two combined, you actually need to have dual cooling. Sometimes with the Delta printers you can get away with more because the plate doesn't move. But, you know, look at this thing. Look at this thing here. Anyway, so that's my little rant for the morning. I will go ahead and take things apart and read bed level and figure out exactly what's going on here. But yeah, if you do want to get into 3D printing and you decide to buy a printer, give yourself do yourself a favor and get yourself a Delta printer instead of a Cartesian style printer, or if you do get a Cartesian style printer, get something from TiVo with a dual cooling system already set up. Don't be a dummy and get yourself a Cartesian style printer that has single cooling, so only one fan. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.